Every transaction has two sides, a buyer and a seller. Price does not move on news or on opinion. It moves on which side wants it more, and by how much. It moves on aggression, on how badly one side needs to be filled right now. The candle you finally see is only the settlement of all that pressure. Order flow is the study of that fight itself, as it happens. Not the finished bar, but the orders in motion. Who wants in, who wants out, and how urgently. Most traders read only the aftermath. They wait for the candle to close, and then they guess what it meant. Flow traders watch the fight while it is still being fought. They see the aggression, the absorption, and the exhaustion as they unfold in real time. They are reading live intent, not the cold memory of a bar that has already closed. Think of the screen as a battlefield. Green is the buyers pressing forward. Red is the sellers holding the line. Every single tick is ground won or ground lost. Bing. None of this is mystical. It is simply the honest record of force meeting force. Learn to read it patiently, and the market slowly stops being able to lie to you. Two windows let you watch the battle directly, order by order. The first is the order book, what the desk quietly calls Level 2. Level 2 shows every resting order, stacked neatly by price. Bids sit below the current price, asks above it, laid out for you like a living ladder. The bid side is where buyers are willing to buy. Larger bids mean stronger support beneath price. Growing bids mean fresh buying interest is arriving. The ask side is where sellers are willing to sell. Larger asks mean stronger resistance overhead. Growing asks mean selling pressure is quietly building above. The size resting at each level is the depth, the weight of intent waiting in the dark. It is a map of exactly where the crowd has drawn its lines. The gap between the best bid and the best ask is the spread. A tight spread means liquid and active. A wide spread means thin and cautious. A thin book, and price slides through it easily. A thick wall of size, and price stalls against it, grinding, testing whether that wall is truly real. Watch a large bid hold firm as price sinks down into it. That is support forming. Aggressive buyers stepping up to defend a level they want. Watch a large ask hold firm as price rises up into it. That is resistance. Aggressive sellers capping the move before it ever has a chance to run. But the book only ever shows intent, the promises resting in wait. The second window shows real action. That window is the tape, time, and sales. The tape prints every trade actually executed, one by one, with its price, its size, and its exact moment in time. Nothing here is a promise. Large prints mean size is present, often institutional. Rapid prints mean urgency. Price ticking steadily higher means buyers are lifting the offers above them. Green prints hitting the ask are buyers paying up to force their way in. Red prints hitting the bid are sellers dumping stock to get out. The book is the plan. The tape is the execution. Read the two together and you hear the market's own heartbeat, fast and loud, or slow and tiring. Within that flow, certain patterns repeat, again and again, across every instrument and every era. 4 of them are worth your life. Learn to name them on sight. 1. The sweep. This is aggression at its most naked and its most unmistakable. A single large order tears clean through the book, taking out multiple price levels at once, lifting every offer in its path without ever pausing to think. It clears the resting stops sitting above the market and exhausts one entire side of the book in a heartbeat. Conviction, or raw panic, made suddenly visible. But a sweep often marks the end of a move, not the start. It is frequently a stop hunt, the crowd flushed out just before the real turn begins. So you never chase the sweep itself. You wait patiently for it to complete, and you watch what price does once the aggression has fully spent itself. 2. Absorption. This is the quiet pattern, the one that so often decides trends. Aggression pours in, heavy selling straight into a level, and yet price simply refuses to move. A large passive hand is soaking up every order that arrives. Volume runs high, but the level holds. The side that looks weak, the one merely absorbing, is very often the side that is truly in control. Picture waves crashing against a seawall. Each wave looks violent, and yet the wall does not yield. And slowly the sea itself begins to tire and fade. When the selling finally exhausts itself against that hidden buyer, the bounce that follows can be sharp and fast. Absorption is simply accumulation in disguise. 3. The iceberg. This is enormous size that hides itself in plain sight. The book shows only a small order resting at the level. But every time it fills, it instantly reloads. The same modest size appearing again and again. Behind that tiny visible tip sits a vast hidden order, revealing itself only by stubbornly refusing to disappear. This is patient, deliberate, institutional work. It is accumulation, or distribution, dressed up as nothing at all. A large player feeding size into the market without ever showing the crowd how much they truly hold. Never front-run the visible order. The real weight is concealed beneath it. Watch a level absorb far more than it should before you trust any break. 4. The spoof. This is deception itself, illegal and yet completely everywhere. A huge order suddenly appears on the book, and the crowd reacts at once, leaning nervously away from the wall it seems to threaten. But it was never once meant to be filled. It is pulled the instant price approaches, a deliberate feint built to push you. Before it simply vanishes, the order casts a long shadow that makes real traders flee, then dissolves into smoke as price reverses back through the very space it pretended to defend. So you never react to a single large order. Wait for execution. One lone order is only a rumor. Prints on the tape are the only real truth. Sweep, absorption, iceberg, spoof, aggression, defense, concealment, deception. These are the 4 faces of the same fight, orbiting every single price you will ever trade. To keep score in this fight, the desk measures delta. It is buying aggression minus selling aggression, tallied print by print across the whole tape. Positive delta means aggressive buyers dominated, lifting offers. Negative delta means aggressive sellers led, hitting bids. It is the entire fight reduced to a single running number. Rising price with rising delta is a move you can genuinely trust. Buyers are paying up for it, and the trend is confirmed by real aggression beneath. But rising price on falling delta is a clear warning. The candle climbs, and yet no one is truly buying it. That is a lie the chart tells you. Price at fresh new highs while delta quietly declines is buying exhaustion. The last buyers are already in, and there is simply no one left to pay any more. Price at fresh new lows while delta steadily improves is selling exhaustion. The sellers are spent, and the ground is quietly being laid for a turn. Delta pinned at a violent extreme is its own kind of warning. If everyone has already bought, then who on earth remains to lift the next offer higher? Divergence between price and delta is where the real edge lives. The tape quietly confesses what the candle conceals. If only you know how to listen for it. None of this predicts the future. No honest tool ever does. It reads the present instead. The true balance of force. Right now, in this one exact moment. It shows you conviction, where a side commits with absolutely everything it has, and it shows you exhaustion, where a side has nothing left at all to give. It shows you deception too, the feints and mirages laid down to trap the impatient. Context comes first, structure comes first, and only then does the flow confirm. Learn to read the battle. And the candle stops being a mystery. It becomes a receipt. A plain record of who won, and by exactly how much. This is flow intelligence. Read the flow. Trade with the aggressive side. And profit, quietly, from the battle that never truly ends.